Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope and Dope Report. I'm your host, Clawson. Hope everybody's okay. Basically, boxing's had a little lull. June, a lot of the fights fell apart. July kind of fell apart. There's been some, fights here and there, but nothing big. But I believe August 22nd is actually when fight season basically starts to get going again. And I've already done a Diaz Malignaggi prediction show. Check that out. Otherwise, this is actually the undercard fights. Now I'm going to start with Robert Guerrero and Malcolm Clawson. I know something about Clawson, but I have to admit I've been trying to find footage. I've been trying to find any fights I can out there, and I haven't had any luck. So I would like any Clawson fans or boxing fans or anybody that likes this guy or knows this guy or seen a video, please send me the link, send me the video, whatever you got to do, because it's hard for me to make a prediction if I've never seen the guy fight. Obviously at 130, he's definitely fought some pretty, some talent around there. He has some losses, but he has some wins in that division. I believe right now the ring has him at I don't remember if it's fourth. I think it's fourth or something like that. I don't know where the Ring Magazine has him exactly. Let me check. This is not going to be an updated version of it, though. They have him second in this version, behind Soto. So, obviously the guy, has beaten some guys. I just haven't had a chance to see him fight. So, I know about him. I know his record and all that. I know who he's beaten, know who he's lost to, but I just don't know. So, but I do know Guerrero. At 130, he definitely hasn't fought the talent Klassen has. So it's tough for me to make a prediction. So I'm not going to do that. Anyway, but I will talk about it. The night of the fight in the after fight video that I'll have. But no matter what, it seems like it's going to be a really good fight. Guerrero early in the year had that cut that he stopped fighting with. On the undercard. So, what was the undercard for? I can't remember what. It was an HBO undercard. It was in the Night of the Stars. I don't really remember. I think it was on the Angulo. And anyway, he did come back on ESPN2 on Friday Night Fights, had a nice little win. This will be a nice test for him. It's kind of frustrating being his fan because, he's taken steps, but he still hasn't fought no great fighters, but not even that many solid fighters. I know he's fought, I shouldn't say that, because he has fought solid fighters and he wasn't able to get some fighters at 126 to fight him. But, his last big fight was on Showtime against Jason Litzau, and Litzau is not even a big name fighter, The first time Litzau was on HBO, he got knocked out by Hernandez. So, I'm glad that he's actually getting a shot at a really good fight in this. We're going to see. So it should be an evenly fought, evenly matched fight, I should say. But like I said, I don't really know a lot about these guys, so I'm not going to predict. I'd like to hear your predictions, though. And like I said, send me some video. Now, the other one's a very interesting undercard as well. And I love this, HBO is kind of kicking off the season, the fall-winter season, with a great free triple header on HBO. It is Ishe Smith versus Daniels. What the heck is his first name? I just had Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs. That's who I'm talking about. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes when you make a video, you're thinking about something else, you slip up. Jacobs. Okay, he's a guy who has been brought along really fast as far as he has about an average of a month a fight, or a fight a month. I'm not drunk. I'm nothing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, he's got he's fought a lot. He did slip in for Kirkland on that Pacquiao-Hatton undercard, and I think he definitely wasn't exposed in that fight, but you can tell that he definitely needs to work on stuff. When a guy, comes at him and tries to get in his chest and just brings aggression the whole fight, you could see that, he's got some stuff to work on. So this fight with Ishe Smith, who's a good boxer, he can counter punch. He keeps his, he's got pretty good defense. He likes to stay on the outside. He's got a really good right hand with the counter shots. He's fought a nice array of fighters. He has some losses, but they're pretty solid losses, and he's just a good, solid fighter. This would be a true test for Jacobs. We'll see if he's ready for this type of test. It's going to be interesting because Jacobs is a guy with really good hand speed. He likes to kind of stay on the outside and throw his shots. He's got a pretty good jab. He shows pretty good lateral movement. I notice, sometimes he'll have the one hand up in the corner, when he's in the corner, and so he likes to do the Roy Jones, type of defense, but I wouldn't call him a good defender yet, or at least he hasn't shown it. A lot of times, it's hard to tell with prospects until they need to step up, or they get hit with a good shot, then they're like, whoa, But you could see some weaknesses when being pressured in the fight on the undercard for Pacquiao-Hatton. So I think this is going to be a really, really, really entertaining fight. I could see maybe early on them feeling each other out. But I think it's a really good test. And I kind of want to do, it's not necessarily a prediction show on this stuff because I didn't predict the last fight, but I will predict this fight. I think it'll go the distance because I don't think Ishe Smith's going to go anywhere. I think he's going to be a really tough test for him. And on this one, I'm going to go with an upset. I'm going to go with Ishe Smith. I think he's going to give Jacobs all he can handle. No matter what, it'll be a good test for him, a good tight fight, because he's a very skilled fighter who's beaten some solid fighters. And really, I think just youth, athleticism, maybe a little more hand speed on Jacobs will get it. He can move a lot around the ring laterally. And I wouldn't say Isha's the guy that's going to hunt you down necessarily. I mean, when you're hurt, he's not afraid to throw punches. But he likes to stay a little on the outside, too. He stays close to you. He's not moving a lot. It's not like he's boxing from the outside all day, but he boxes on the outside but still in range. You know what I mean? And that may be the problem. He may be in too much range. But like I said, I really like Ishe Smith. I think he's a really good, solid boxer. But anyway, that was the undercard. So I'm going to go with Ishe Smith in a decision. But I wouldn't doubt if Jacobs wins. I'm going to kind of, pick. Not really an underdog in my opinion. I think it's a good fight, a good test. He's never been in with anybody like this. So I did see some weaknesses that I think Ishe can exploit, but I wouldn't doubt if Jacobs wins it. So, but I am going to go with the underdog in this one. Anyway, this has been the Rope a Dope Report. Look out for it's August 22nd. It's going to be in Houston, where Diaz Diaz has a huge crowd, and it's always a really loud crowd. So it should be a good night, good triple header on HBO. Peace.